Andrew McGahan for SevereMMA, standing alongside the flying judoka Robert Whiteford. And Robert, we're a big fan of short notice stories here, so can you tell us how this came about? Contrary to popular belief, I believe you didn't tweet your way into the UFC.
I didn't tweet my way into UFC, but I suppose it didn't do any harm. Friday night I was sparring, finished my session, checked my phone, there was a tweet saying Mike Wilkinson been injured. So right away I got on Twitter, and but the UFC had been in touch before that and told me to stay ready because there was a possibility somebody could get injured in the featherweight division. So I was ready to go anyway. So it maybe be short notice to everybody else, but I knew before everybody, like 6 weeks prior, that it could happen kind of thing. So I was ready and I had kept my weight down.
So you never wish an injury on another fighter,
Never.
but I suppose you were hoping one of them slipped coming out of the shower.
Well, depends, because you get some nasty injuries slipping out showers, but never wish an injury on an opponent. But if opportunity knocks, I'm not going to answer. So it was great. It was great news for me, but bad news for Mike.
The Dinky Ninjas are one of the best teams in the UK, and you're officially the first that's going to be fighting on a UFC card. Yeah. McVeigh had the Ultimate Fighter experience. How proud does that make you feel? Amazing.
I've got the weight of the nation on my shoulders, basically, and I'm going out to represent my country. That'll be amazing. I've got a lot of them behind me already. I'm going to do them proud.
Judo versus judo this Saturday night. How do you think yours matches up?
I think it's going to nullify each other, so it's going to make for an exciting fight. I'm going to stand in the centre of that octagon and let Jimmy charge at me as he does with everybody else, and I'm going to stand my ground and I'm going to knock him out. We haven't seen many high level judokas in the UFC since the days of Kara Parisian. Do you think it's an effective style for MMA? Would you like to utilise it more in the octagon? Yeah, very effective. If you watch any of my fights, I use a lot of big throws and stuff, and it also dictates where the fight goes. If I want to keep it standing, I'll keep it standing. If I want to take the guy down, I'll take the guy down. So it's as good as a wrestling base, man. Apart from winning, the trend at the Dinky Ninjas at the minute seems to be beards. Yeah. Yours isn't too impressive. Is it because of the short nature of the fight? I've been growing that for 6 months, believe it or not.
Really? Well, how long has Dean Riley been growing his? I saw him downstairs earlier.
3 months he's been growing his. I think he's got the win there. I couldn't grow a beard like that if I tried. I've still got the baby face. No.
One final thing, our own Conor McGregor has said when he got into the UFC he wanted to kick the door down. There's endless amounts of capable guys in Scotland with the Dinky Ninjas that are ready to come in.
Okay.
Do you think you're going to be
I'll get the exact same. Believe it or not, it'll probably come from a female. We've got a female in our gym, Joanne Calderwood, and here at the UFC might be open £115. So as much as people like to think it's a macho sport and it's guys going out there and beating people up, the girls are just as more as capable. Joanne still owes me a dental bill for snapping my tooth in half when she's kneed me in the mouth. So yeah, I think it'll be her.
Just one final thing on Joanne, do you think her career progression has been very interesting? A lot of people rave about her in the United States, and they're one of the people that say let's bring in the 115 division for women because she'd be such a great European asset.
Yeah, the 115 division is very exciting, and a lot of the thing, it's got a lot of depth. There's a lot of fighters out there. So for Joanne to go in there, there'd be plenty of opportunities for her to fight. There'd be big fights for her, not just like a little fights, you could say. There'd be many fights for her out there. And Joanne would represent Scotland as a nation great as well. She's done it in Victica, so she knows how to fight and handle herself in the big stage.
Excellent. Well, as a grappling fan, I'm hoping someone gets dropped on their head on Saturday night.